Welcome to the Dr. Diane Show, where we explore revolutionary expansion of mind, body, and soul with me, Dr. Diane Hayden. With over 20 years of expertise as a mindset warrior, perspective shifter, and unshakable optimist, I am dedicated to helping you reach your wildest dreams in business, health, performance, and relationships. Learn about the power of thought and how it shapes your life to take risks, change careers, find love, go on adventures, and live passionately with me, Dr. Diane. Get ready for revolutionary ways of thinking, being, and creating an amazing life. The Dr. Diane Show starts now. Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Diane Hayden, and you are listening to the Dr. Diane Show on Transformation Talk Radio. Stay with us for the next hour, where we will explore revolutionary expansion of mind, body, and soul. Each time on the Dr. Diane Show, we have experts from around the country discussing cutting-edge topics on longevity medicine, natural health, mindset, and soul purpose to help you shift your perspective and become a mindset warrior like me. I'm excited today to have Susie Bagwell. She is a certified massage therapist, Blue Diamond doTERRA wellness advocate, Aroma Touch application instructor, and former owner of Masui Spa. For over 20 years, Susie has been using essential oils and educating about them at hospitals, medical offices, and wellness events. So I'm excited to have you, Susie, because I love talking about essential oils. We're going to get into all that good stuff today. Yeah. So your husband, Peter, says you are known as the oil lady. What does that mean? Like, how did you get into this whole world?
So we've actually been using essential oils with our family for 25 plus years. And wow. I started using them as a stay-at-home mom when my daughter was younger, and she wasn't feeling well, and she was having a lot of problems with her ears. And so, like a good mommy, I took her to the medical route, and I wasn't always raised in that environment. So it was kind of hard for me, to always put her on a bunch of drugs and medicine. And so I started learning about alternative medicine. I had a really good friend who came over. We started playing with oils. Peter wasn't really excited about that, to be quite honest. And in the beginning, and when they started working, you have no choice but to be impressed with that. And so what we did is we just rubbed some oils on the rim, behind her ear. And I always say the well, not the canal. Please don't put oils in your ear canal. It's not pleasant. I've done that. I'm still alive. I can hear. I might be going down. No, I'm just kidding. But so just played with them with my daughter, and she started getting better. And so that was kind of the stepping stones to our lifestyle change in our family.
Wow. Yeah. So you basically were in, was it massage?
No, actually, I started using essential oils, and that's where I turned into the crazy oil lady. That's where the nickname came into.
Gotcha.
Because, if someone came over and my head hurts, what do you got? I don't have meds. What do you mean? What do you use? Do you not get headaches? No, I use essential oils for that. And so that's where it kind of started coming into that. And I remember one time Peter had the guys over for a football game, and this is when we lived in northern Michigan, or in Michigan. And, hon, I would really appreciate it if you didn't talk to the guys about the oils. And it's like, I
can't not do it.
I can't not do it. So, and that's because they're so easy. I have a little thing that I always say at all presentations or classes. What's the worst thing that can happen when you use essential oils? You come out smelling like a flower. Mm-hmm. So that's what's fun about it. Here, try this. Here, try this. Oh, maybe this will help you. And that's what's just so fun, is just playing with them, and more than just making people feel good or smell good, but making them feel good. That's what's so powerful about it.
Yeah. It has amazed me, just the breadth of what you can use them for. And we're going to get into, all these different little areas that you're going to talk about later. But I mean, everything from obviously, health issues to your pets, to cleaning products, to all that. I mean, it's really just, almost unbelievable that there are so many uses for them.
Yeah.
And one of the questions that I think I had initially is that, are these all supposed to be used just externally, or can any of them be used internally as well?
So that's a great question. Many people are becoming very excited about them, and they're becoming widely known and widely available in many different communities and stores and places. I mean, Best Buy even sells them.
Wow.
So if you think of it, okay, so I'm over here saying, okay, we're using these for medicinal purposes and you're getting them from Best Buy. Not really sure, but people think of them only from the aspect of diffusing. So an essential oil, I should have had one here. I didn't even think about it. But an essential oil diffuser is one that, put the oil, the water with it, makes the room smell good. But studies have shown that essential oils can literally eat away at chemicals and things that are floating in the air, even right off of surfaces. Wow. So when you now look at the industry of essential oils and being sold everywhere, there now is a standard. Okay, now you're saying I can take this fragrance and I can drink it. Well, when I say, Diane, fragrance, what do you normally think of?
Perfume.
Yeah, right?
I don't want to drink that.
Right, exactly. But we're not fragrance, we're right. Food. So the difference in the industry is because it's not regulated by the FDA, a company can literally put 7 to 10% of the actual oil, mix a bunch of chemicals that are like big long name, DEP, DOP. They expand the volume of the aroma, make it more fragrant, and they can still call it pure. Mm-hmm. But to an uneducated consumer, we don't know the difference.
Right.
So that's where now, okay, so when I say, yes, I can drink my oils, I do drink my oils, but my oils are not sold at Best Buy. So that's the difference here. They're not sold at Walmart. These are ones, and not even sold at Whole Foods. So how do you know the difference? You literally have to look at the label. What does the label say for consumption? So when you have an essential oil, it needs to say supplemental fact on the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're looking at this bottle, what does it say then? Can I drink it? So now we don't drink them all, but can you drink peppermint?
Sure.
Can you eat basil? Marjoram?
Right.
Lavender? Yeah, you can eat lavender. I know someone who used to make lavender chocolate all the time.
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest, I've drank lavender and it's not like my favorite thing to drink. It's got a funky taste to it, but you can drink it. It should be safe for consumption. Lavender has so many wonderful properties for calming, sleep, stress levels, and things like that. So why can't you drink it then? That's really the key, because it's not essential oil that you can use for consumption internally.
Right. I kind of liken it to supplements, let's just say, right? So you can go buy your supplements at Walmart or CVS or whatever, and they've probably got some of the active ingredient in there and then a bunch of fillers and all this other garbage. I mean, it's not going to harm you physically, but you're ingesting all this stuff that's, first of all, it's not even going to be as effective as if you were buying a pharmaceutical grade supplement from your naturopath or physician. Sure. But it's got a lot of garbage that you just don't want to put in your body.
But think about this, Diane. Let's think of just the term fragrance. When people are spraying a perfume, where are they putting it? Usually right here on their chest,
right,
which they're then inhaling, which is affecting their thyroid and their adrenal glands and their lungs. And a company in any term that says fragrance. So look at your personal care products. Look at what you have in your shower. And just anytime you see the term fragrance, they can literally put 250 different chemicals in it and call it trade secret and not have to tell you. So that's where we have to get into this, yeah, it might not hurt you, but do you really want to breathe that in?
Right.
That's something you want to think about.
Yeah. Yeah, and I tell people all the time, I mean, think about all the things that you put on your body during the day. I mean, from the minute you get up till the minute you go to bed, it's, your shampoo, your conditioner, your soap or body wash, shaving cream for some people maybe, lotions, deodorant, the cleaning, the stuff you do your laundry with, if you're using perfume, your makeup, it's like on and on and on. People don't realize like if you're using all those products that have toxic ingredients, that load is unbelievable. So, like, let's start to take some of these things, like essential oils are amazing because there's so many things you can substitute. Not even talking about like the use of them for health issues, but just in general, okay, what could we replace our personal care? Like you're saying, perfume. That's a great thing to use instead of chemically based perfume.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you have it in a roll-on, you can just roll it on your neck and then wait. I had something that just made me smell good and it just made me calm. Woo! We should all
I
be
know.
putting that in on while we're driving for road rage and all different things, right? It'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm just curious, like, why did you choose doTERRA?
That's a great question. I had been using another essential oil company for 10 years. And so as a massage therapist now, I wanted what was best. And I started comparing different aromas. And I actually realized that the ones that I was using didn't smell like my garden. And my husband always says I have a bionic nose. So when I started smelling the oils, just when you start using essential oils, and most people can't differentiate the difference, but that was huge for me. My basil literally smelled like the basil in my garden from doTERRA. Yep. And that is one I used all the time in massage because it just makes sure your muscles like Play-Doh when you're working on someone. So that was one of the key ingredients of why I left and decided to go with doTERRA. I wanted the best quality.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does make a difference. I mean, I've talked to many people over the years, who've worked with different companies. So it absolutely, just like we're saying with supplements, it makes a huge difference for sure. Absolutely. So that's fascinating. We have a lot more to cover when we come back from our break. You are listening to the Dr. Diane Show with me, Dr. Diane Hayden. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll explore more with Susie Bagwell, certified massage therapist and Blue Diamond doTERRA wellness advocate. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're back on the Dr. Diane Show with me, Dr. Diane Hayden. Before we continue, I want to make sure everyone knows how to find me, and you can do so at www.drdianehayden.com or at either of my two publications, www.naturalnutmeg.com and www.essentialnaples.com. And you can learn more about Susie Bagwell at www.iloveoils.com. I can't believe she actually got that domain name, iloveoils.com. I was talking about that before we started. I'm like, wow, that is fantastic.
I have to differentiate sometimes. People say olive oils.
No, oh, right.
I love LOVE oils.
Oils.
OILS. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. That's awesome. So while we were just talking about the quality and things like that, I was thinking, let's say you have someone who is on prescription meds or, under medical care for some reason. Can you integrate essential oil products with that? Like, are there any kind of contraindications to anything or?
So there's only like a few that you probably would want to talk to your doctor about. When someone is on some types of medications, usually for high blood pressure, maybe for cholesterol, one of the restrictions they always say is grapefruit. Mm. Now, one thing I always ask them, did your doctor say grapefruit juice or the peel and the rind? Because that's really the difference when you're using essential oils. Citrus oils come from the peel and the rind of the fruit. So the juice, studies I did some research on this. Why can't you have grapefruit? Grapefruit juice in large amounts of quantity can actually lower your blood pressure. So if you're on medication, it can make it too low. That's why they say it's an issue with that. But usually they don't want you to drink the juice. It's not the peel and the rind. So I'm always pretty liberal. I've been, using essential oils. I tell people, do you eat peppermint? While you're on medication? Can you have an Altoid while you're on, right? Why can't you drink it then? Right?
Yep.
Right away we think, oh, we're using this for health and wellness. So because of it, then we can't use, this along with my medication.
Right.
So err on the side of caution. If you're really concerned about it, don't use a ton. You're not drinking a gallon of it. A little bit, doTERRA always has an expression. A little bit more often is better than a lot all at once.
Right.
So if you're making a capsule because you're not feeling well and you put oregano in it, don't ever put 10 drops of oregano in it. You never need that much oil in there. Couple drops, add some olive oil, take it like a pill. It does amazing things to support your immune system.
Yeah, and plus you guys do a ton of education. I mean, I'm sure anyone who's listening to this who wants to get started, who would reach out to you, I mean, you would be educating them on all different protocols that you have.
Yes, absolutely. And that's, we have books that go along with, it's amazing once you read the books. I have a guide that shows you like what the benefits of the oils do. Then it will show you what's in all our blends. And then it will show you a personal guide section. Oh, my head hurts. What oil can I use for it? Oh, I'm really stressed out. What oils can I use? Oh, I can never sleep at night. What oils can I use? And that's how you start your journey to helping yourself, looking at your own personal body and what oils can I use? And let's try this, play with them. That's another expression I use a lot. Just play with them. And again, we go back to thinking health and wellness, and then we think, that doesn't sound so medicinal. I play with it. But think of this, when you go to the doctor and they write you a script and they hand it to you, what do they say? Here, try this.
Yeah.
Right? And we'll
exactly.
check in weeks,
play with
right?
it.
Play with it. That's what they're telling you. So
yeah,
telling you, play with it, make yourself smell good, try a drop or two, see how you feel. And wait a few more minutes and, half hour later, take a couple more drops. I put 2 to 3 drops. I have a big Yeti bottle that I carry around. It's probably 24 ounces. And I put 3 drops of oil and I sip on it all day, help to regulate and balance my metabolism and my blood sugar levels. Then I'll throw some ice and more water and I drink some more. Mm-hmm. So, it just doesn't, you kind of just got to figure it out and educate yourself, and it's fun. It's awesome. They're great. Easy.
Yeah. So what are some things that you've used it for that you think was very effective? Like any health issues that you've had or anything you want to talk about?
So one of my favorite things that I've noticed a huge difference was during COVID, right before we had taken in my elderly mom. And I've always been the caregiver with my mom for years. She lived with us. Peter and I have been married 32 years, and she's lived with us probably 18 years of our life.
Wow.
On and off. And so she was 86, and it was just getting time. Mom, you just really can't live on your own. And I promised her I wouldn't put her in a nursing home. So I took her in. And I saw so many transformations in my mother, in her breathing. And as she aged, she began to have heart failure. And because it was COVID, right away, you think respiratory, because as your heart is failing, you can't breathe.
Right.
And so I would just take our Breathe essential oil and I would just make her breathe it in, take deep breaths. And it would calm her right down and it would help her breathe better. And I didn't realize at the time, that her heart was actually failing. But some of the things that I've seen in her was as she developed a very nasty bed sore, we used oils to help with that, and oils to just really help calm her. And then after she passed, I developed some high anxiety levels. And I, going through menopause at that time also, my cortisol levels were through the roof.
Sure.
And so I started using essential oils and taking them internally. So we have a beautiful Serenity blend that is for aiding in sleeping. So I would take a couple of those at night. We have copaiba or copaiba, however people want to say that, which is for internal inflammation. And then we have a blend called Adaptive. And I take that one internally every day. I'm pretty high strung, maybe a little A type personality. I have a lot of energy, but I noticed that I had a lot of belly bloat and fat, and I didn't understand it. My husband's a CrossFit trainer. I've been working out at CrossFit for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why am I looking like this? And so just once I started taking Adaptive internally, what a difference. It just so calming for the entire nervous system. And it's been a game changer for me. It really, truly has. Console was great for me to use as a blend that just kind of comforting. After she passed, while she was dying, I put Console in our diffuser. Mm-hmm. They're not a cure-all. They're not, I see a lot of videos, people joke about it. Oh, I broke my bone and, oh, that's not oil for that. Don't be crazy about it. There are times that we do need to get some medical attention, right?
Yep.
But there are also times that maybe there are some alternatives that you can try first, see if it works. And there's a ton of oils for everything. So if one doesn't work, try another one. Try some of the blends that are already put together. Lavender is known for its calming effects, but so is chamomile, so is ylang ylang, so is vetiver. But the combination, putting them all together, you can make your own blend if you love to be creative and you're the crafty one and DIY is your thing. It's not my thing. I like it when they put it all together for me and I can just roll it on or take it as a pill and good night, I'm sleeping. So there's so many things and things with my children.
Yeah, let's go to that because that was going to be one of my questions. Are they safe for children?
Yeah, my daughters have been using essential oils. My oldest since she was 4, and my youngest since she's 9 months.
Wow.
So our youngest now is married. Well, both girls are married. They don't live in Florida anymore. They live up north. But my youngest is now married and pregnant. And she has been using essential oils through her entire pregnancy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Even the supplements that we have with doTERRA have been used instead of her prenatal. So awesome. I was so excited about that. The doctor looked at them and he's like, hey, these are great. If you're using them and they make you feel good, go for it. Ginger's so fabulous for nausea. When you're feeling sick to your stomach, we know that as a fact. So we have ginger drops that she just been sucking on them the whole time she was pregnant. While you're pregnant, there's one essential oil that you should use with caution. It's really one that you would only use right before labor and delivery. And I know this because I used to teach Lamaze classes, and that's an oil called clary sage. Mm-hmm. So clary sage has hormone-like properties in it. It's not hormonal, but it has hormone-like properties. So if you think it's a plant that helps balance and regulate hormones, but when you're ready to go into labor, it's really good to speed up the process if you're ready to go.
Right.
That's what you have to remember, because I've had people who they weren't ready. So clary sage really didn't work, and you work on the ankles and the reflexology point. So yes, they're safe for babies. They're safe for pregnant mamas. They're safe for children, for pets, so many things that people just, don't realize the power that they have and how awesome.
What's your favorite one for kids?
So right now I'm kind of hooked. We have a collection called the Kids Collection, and they're all in roll-ons. And they have these cute little toppers that go with them, and they can attach them to their book bags. But I love the blend Steady. So Steady is for their anxious feelings when they go to school. and they can just roll it. But I just love the way that it smells. Tamer is also a really good one for digestive health. And we have one called Digest Zen. So anything to do with the digestive system, but it smells like black licorice. So people are kind of, kids don't always like that smell because of the fennel. So Tamer has the spearmint smell to it, which is really good. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I would imagine there are so many children that are dealing with, well, even, teens, young adults dealing with stress and anxiety about school and all that stuff now. So that's got to be huge for them.
Steady smells amazing. Smells so good. Yeah.
Right. Right. And obviously that's something anyone can use. It's not like specifically a kid's formula. It's just your favorite because it's something that a lot of kids are dealing with, and it's a good one to have.
I keep it with me.
I'm sure you have many in there. And you mentioned pets. I definitely want to get to that because I know a lot of people have animals and quite honestly probably take better care of their animals than themselves. So we're going to do that next. Right now, you're listening to the Dr. Diane Show with me, Dr. Diane Hayden. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking more with Susie, certified massage therapist and Blue Diamond doTERRA wellness advocate. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're back on the Dr. Diane Show with me, Dr. Diane Hayden. I am talking today with Susie Bagwell. She is a certified massage therapist and Blue Diamond doTERRA wellness advocate. You can learn more about her at www.iloveoils.com. That's ILOVEOILS.com. We were talking about whether or not oils are safe for kids, which they are, and they're fantastic for kids just like adults. And the other thing I wanted to get into is pets. And obviously, since we've been talking, assuming they are safe for pets, and you're going to tell us what your favorites are and, how you've used them with animals as well.
There is a lot of misinformation, I feel like, that's out there because, again, we talked a little bit earlier about the food grade quality that we have with doTERRA. So right away, you think of a lot of the cleaning products that are on the market that have been damaging to pets' health, causing liver damage. They absorb it in their paws. And so right away you think, oh, I'm using this to clean, or I'm using, one on my floor, or I'm diffusing and my pet is right there. Is that safe for them? So, animals have a really keen sense of smell. All animals. Even we were outside earlier yesterday, and I have a hornet's nest that was outside. And I had found it, and so I knocked it off, but they keep coming back. So we did some research, and thyme oil, lemongrass, and what else did I put in there? I can't remember. Maybe eucalyptus. Mm-hmm. And I put it in a spray bottle, and I'm spraying it down. Okay, so it repels insects, but it's safe for pets.
Right.
And that's what you want to remember. A lot of times they're animals. You know what I mean? They're not eating cleaning chemicals. They're eating food.
Right.
So I learned that lemon is a great support for my kitty's kidney function. Cats are known for getting urinary tract infections.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ooh, okay. What can I do for that? Oh, put lemon in their water. So I have a dispenser. I don't have just a cup of water for them to drink out of. I have a dispenser. So I put one drop, filter it through there, clean and purify the water. My cat has never, he's a male. I have a male and a female, never had a UTI. Wow. Never had an issue with it. My dog was 17, and until he passed away, I probably took him to the vet a handful of times because I always gave him oils. I gave him probiotics that I used on a regular basis. I sprinkled some on his food. One time our black kitty, our female cat, George, our male, came in and he's batting around this little tiny toad.
Oh, jeez.
And a toad. And Peter's like, and he's perched like this, ready to pounce on it. And Peter looks at it and he's like, uh-oh, that's a cane toad. and he grabs it and he squishes it. It was a baby, it was teeny. But if you
Yep.
know anything about cane toads in Southwest Florida, it will kill an animal, especially a small dog or a cat.
Wow.
If they bite
Yeah.
them, they're going to start foaming at the mouth. So I looked at Peter, he looked at me, he did some research real quick. I went, "Where's Stella?" And literally, she's on the lanai foaming.
Oh no.
Now you have a very short amount of time to get them to the vet. And he had just read really fast, rinsed their mouth out. We stuffed her in the sink. I held her, or I rinsed, you know, was drowning her pretty much in the kitchen sink. But afterwards, I'm like, okay, now what? And he's like, well, we won't know until she starts having seizures.
Oh, jeez.
Seizures? Well, frankincense is good for that. So I probably put 4 or 5 drops of frankincense. I pet her with it. I put it on my hands. I'm taking her paw and I'm literally, and she's sitting there like now and she's licking it. She was
Wow.
completely fine.
Oh my
And
God, that's amazing.
it was. And that, what did say me? Sorry, my doctor don't make a lot of money from us because we got oils for that. So it's just the anxiety, the stress of all that, that you don't know what to do. But a lot of times you can just try it. What's it going to hurt, you know?
Right.
And I mean, I'm not discouraging people from taking their animals to the vet. You know what I mean? There is definitely a purpose. I'm not discouraging people to go see their healthcare practitioner.
Right.
Our times and purposes, but before, this is what I train my kids, before you have to pop a pill, can we
Yep.
try an oil for that?
Yeah, it's all preventative stuff.
Try that first.
Yep.
Maybe there's something that can actually help you before you have to pop a pill.
Totally.
Yep.
Totally.
Yep.
So you mentioned a little, like a couple things that you have used it for as far as cleaning, and I'm sure people are very curious about that because I know I've had people say to me, "Oh, I've tried natural products for cleaning. They don't work. I can never find a brand that's strong enough or that, really gets grease off or dirt or whatever it is." So I'm sure you've used it for that. So tell us again, like, what are your favorites? What do you use it for? What do you think is really effective for home cleaning?
Well, think about this, Diane. When you have a cleaning product that you bought, what does it normally smell like?
Oh God. Well, it could depend. I mean, chemicals. That's what I'm going to
Okay.
say. But some people might pick up a fragrance or whatever, or like ammonia.
Okay. If you had an aroma, a fragrant aroma, what do they normally gravitate to in cleaning products?
Probably lavender. Yep.
Lavender, lemon,
Yep.
pine. If you do research on the rind and what citrus is good for, there are so many antibacterial properties that are in citrus.
Mm,
That's why it usually smells like citrus, or they try to mimic the smell of the natural. So I say a lot of times don't rule it out. If you have not been able to find a cleaning product, we need to try a few. Something, because they have oils for everybody and they have cleaning products along with vinegar. I hate the smell of vinegar, but
I do.
vinegar and water and oils are my fabric softener. So I don't want chemicals. I've looked in my laundry, my container, the drawer for the fabric softener when I used to use it was so crusty and moldy. Yuck.
I
What's in
know.
my clothes, right?
Right.
So give it a chance, because if you take just straight lemon oil, I use this example all the time in a spray bottle. Now think of what you have to do when you spray Windex on a window. We spray it and then we have to turn our head because heaven forbid you should breathe that in, right?
Right.
But with lemon oil and with water, you can spray glass. It cleans it amazing, to the point I've actually had a little young girl walk right into my door wall, or my slider. I call it a door wall from Michigan, but a sliding glass door, because she thought it was open.
Wow.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Right. So citrus oil is great for that. We had an experience one time when we first moved into this house. We had a lot of invasive pepper trees. that were growing in our backyard. And so we had started chopping them down. Well, they're sticky. And Peter had come in and the sap was all over his hands. And so right away he gets the, I don't know, what's that orange heavy duty chemical goo something. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I can't think of it, but I
I
know
don't
what you
even know
mean.
what it's called because
Yep.
we don't use it. And anymore, we never use it. And so I'm like, why are you using that? That stuff is horrible for you. There's so many toxic chemicals you're putting right on your hands. Guys, this is the largest organ of our body. What you put here is going in here.
Yep.
Think about that.
Absolutely.
Cleaning products, personal care, all kinds of stuff. We talked about that. So try lime oil. Lime oil is amazing to
Wow.
take that kind of stuff off. And if you don't believe it, take a drop of lemon oil in a styrofoam cup and give it a minute. And you will see that it will eat a hole right through the styrofoam. Now, don't panic. We're not made of styrofoam.
Right. It's not going to eat a hole through us.
Exactly. But what is styrofoam?
Yeah. What is styrofoam? That's a good question.
What is styrofoam? They should just sprinkle lemon oil all through our landfills and kill off all the styrofoam, right?
That's actually a pretty brilliant idea, honestly.
Wouldn't that be? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take all the stuff that's not pure. They still have great properties with. Right?
Yeah. So you can pretty much substitute any kind of cleaning product.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's so many DIY recipes out there. I follow a gentleman on Instagram and he's Mr. DIY and he's so creative but he's forever taking lemon rind and trying to clean a cutting board with it and showing you all these great properties and baking soda and peroxide and all kinds of things like that. Just grab your lemon oil. And really it's very inexpensive. 3 cents a drop. That's not expensive for what you're replacing from all that junk. Even if you buy it at the dollar store, you're still saving so much more money. It's good for your health, good for the environment, safe for pets. Why would you not want to?
Yeah. So lemon oil. Are there any others that you use specifically for cleaning? Like I would imagine lavender because it smells good. And
lavender is great for it. I'm a little frugal, so I tend to use all the inexpensive ones, but a lot of your pine oils. And honestly, it really depends on what you want your home to smell like. I love the smell of cinnamon. So cinnamon and cassia come from the same plant. Cassia is a less costly version. It comes in a 15 milliliter. It smells very much like potpourri. It smells amazing, but it's a little spicy. So, be careful when it's on your skin because it can be hot to the touch, but it's great to clean with. Make your house smell yummy.
Yeah, definitely. Especially in the fall. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we have one more segment left with you. I've got a couple more great questions. Before we take a break, my contact info again is www.drdianehayden.com. And Susie's is www.iloveoils.com. This is the Dr. Diane Show with me, Dr. Diane Hayden. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're back on the Dr. Diane Show with me, Dr. Diane Hayden, and I'm talking today with Susie Bagwell. She is a certified massage therapist and Blue Diamond doTERRA wellness advocate. And you can find her at www.iloveoils.com. That's ILOVEOILS.com. And we've been talking about so many things. I mean, just so many uses for essential oils is really amazing. But I wanted to ask you, have you ever used them with someone who's really?
So one thing, with us as a company is we try very hard to speak in a language that we're not, diagnosing and prescribing, right? I'm not a doctor. So, but one of the things that I love about that is the fact that when you're using essential oils, think of you need something for the whole respiratory system. You need something for the digestive system, whether you can go to the bathroom or not go to the bathroom. It's all the same oils. And so when you have oils that like frankincense, for instance. There's been so much good press this year on frankincense and what it can do. And people have been coming to see me locally, you know, on what the benefits of frankincense are for. And, you know, we tout it as it's anti-aging, but I like to say it's for cellular regeneration. So
Mhm.
think of any of your health conditions that have to regenerate cells. Sometimes when you go to a doctor with a serious health condition, what do? They kill them all.
Yeah. I've
So,
never understood that.
right? And me neither. It doesn't make
Yep.
sense. But this is what's supporting your natural body's ability to generate your own cells, to support your cells. Sometimes we get bad test results. And I know someone who did have a bad mammogram. And so she was using frankincense on
Mhm.
her breast tissue. And she was going to go in for a biopsy and they canceled it. Now, the one thing that I absolutely love about frankincense is not only, okay, did it help? I don't know. They canceled the biopsy, so it did
Right.
something.
Yep.
How bad was it? There's so many different, you know, variables that go into play with that, but frankincense is key for helping us with, you know, our anxiety about it. You've got all this stress, you've got all these test results, you got to go in for this procedure and that. Put some frankincense on. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes when you're out in the sun too much and you get a bad blemish, you know, you're a little freaked out about it. After Hurricane Irma, I did a lot of roofing, believe it or not, and I loved it. I was up there, but I got a section on my cheek that I got some serious sun damage. So I've
Mm.
been frankincense on it and it is almost completely gone. So it's more than just helping with wrinkles, it's more than anti aging, but think also on an internal level what that could be good for and play with it. And now think again when you have something really serious and you're using frankincense, think of when you're being medicated, how much medicine you're going through. So don't just expect, oh, I tried it. One
Yeah.
little,
One time.
right? You know, it did nothing for me. Oh, I drank a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Really? You know, give it a chance.
It's the same thing with supplements. I mean, I tell people, supplements are not pharmaceuticals. They take time. They have to, basically assimilate in your body and just, be patient with it because they will work, but it's not going to be, a situation where, oh, I take it one day and, you know, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, what's the best way to learn more and get started?
Well, I would love to talk to you. If you're interested, give me a call. Come see me at my website. Locally, if you're in Southwest Florida, I work a ton of farmers markets. That sounds so bizarre. I don't practice any massage therapy down here anymore. There's a lot of great massage therapists in Florida, and I love to be able to, you know, work on people and help people and educate people. I love to do classes on Zoom. There's so much reference material that we could do. And my farmers markets, if you know the company Local Roots, we do multiple different farmers markets. I have a little tent set up. I have my oils out there. If you want to smell them, come on down to see what they smell. What's On Guard smell like? Cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, rosemary, wild orange. It's a beautiful combination. And I drink this one all the time for immune support.
Oh,
So what does our breathe smell like? How's our peppermint? Our grapefruit comes from Florida. What's it smell like? So come see me. You can see me in person or give me a call and I'd love to be able to help you with anything that you may need assistance with.
yeah. And all your contact information is on your website, correct?
Absolutely. Yep, for sure.
So tell us, we just have a little bit more time left. What are your top three favorite ones?
So right now, I have a fan favorite of On Guard. And that
Uh-huh.
was at the start of COVID. I never leave home without it. Put this in my hand. This is my natural hand sanitizer. That's what I use. I drink it all the time for immune support. I like what it does to regulate my blood sugar levels naturally. Um, Cinnamon has been really good for that purpose. So that one I keep always in my purse. I love peppermint. I probably could never be without peppermint. I drink it before I start my workouts. It helps me breathe better. I've actually clocked myself when I run. I run better when I drink peppermint oil. And probably Serenity right now, because who doesn't need a good night's sleep?
What's in that one?
So Serenity has lavender, chamomile, vetiver, ylang ylang, marjoram, and vanilla bean extract. I may have missed one. Cedarwood. I think cedarwood's in there also. Total relax for the nervous system. I tell people all the time, I would wear this one every day as a perfume, but I can't because it makes me tired.
Oh, so, that's right, because it's supposed to put you to sleep.
Smells so good. So about 20 minutes before I know I'm going to hit the hay, I lather it up. I take a couple supplements and I'm out. So I love that, because sleeping sometimes, well, a lot of times, if you don't sleep, you don't heal. Yeah. And that's crucial. So we need that. Our stress levels are way less if you get the right amount of sleep. Heart palpitations, way less if you get a lot of sleep. So I love to sleep. So I like my Serenity for sure. And if I'm out, if I'm during the day, if I ever want to diffuse it, I mentioned earlier cassia. So cassia and cinnamon come from a similar family. They smell similar. Cassia is what they use in a lot of potpourri. Cinnamon comes from the bark, and that's what we drink. Cassia, you can drink it too, but it's got a little kind of musky smell to it. But I'll mix it with the Serenity, and I call it my Pure One candle. It smells so yummy. So that's a really good one too.
Yeah. It's, I mean, like I said, it's amazing. There's so many different, oh, that's a good question, actually. How many are there?
We have over 100 at least. Wow. I think 120. I want to say 125 right now. There's single oils and then there's blends.
Right.
So that's the difference too. And some of them are big bottles. Some of them are little bottles. Sometimes it takes an entire plant to produce one drop of oil. So from that perspective, then that may be the difference in pricing also. There's a lot of them.
Yep. And obviously when someone's just getting started, I mean, I know you guys have like starter kits and things like that people can.
Yeah. Just get started with a little package and have fun with them. Use them, put them on, smell them, wear them, drink them. That's about right.
I love it. Well, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for educating us on all the wonderful things about doTERRA's essential oils. And again, people can learn more about you at www.iloveoils.com. Thank you so much, Susie. It was wonderful having you.
Thank you. It was great being here.
And I want to thank all of you for tuning into the Dr. Diane Show. Please join me the first and third Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Next time on the show, we'll be discussing more about the power of thoughts and beliefs and the impact they have on your life. Have a great week, and I will see you back here next time. Thank you for tuning into the Dr. Diane Show, revolutionary expansion of mind, body, and soul with me, Dr. Diane Hayden. Tune in every Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on transformationtalkradio.com. Center your thoughts on what you want and shut the door on every suggestion of fear, worry, or lack from your own consciousness or the consciousness around you. Once you master that, everything is possible. To learn more about me, Dr. Diane, and receive a free digital subscription of my magazine, visit naturalnutmeg.com.